Hey everyone, Peter Crast O'Donnelly, Executive Director of the Capital Area Council of Churches here. I was recently invited to speak at a faith forum, and as Black History Month comes to an end, I realized some of these remarks are relevant to Black History Month. The purpose of the forum was discussing democracy, dignity, and dialogue, and I used it as an opportunity to raise up some voices um, as we look at what's going on in our country today. As a note, when it comes to Christianity, different groups prioritize or privilege different texts of the Bible as what is the most important theologies to follow. One of the groups, and this is where we hear about Christian nationalism, prioritizes an idea of king and country. And there are a couple of voices that have really helped me reflect and think and wrestle with that issue. The first one is C.S. Lewis, from his book Mere Christianity. The idea of king and country brings in the idea of pride in America and what we do. And C.S. Lewis makes some good comments about pride, where he says, "It is pride which has been the chief cause of misery in every nation and every family since the world began. Other vices may sometimes bring people together. You may find good fellowship and jokes and friendliness among drunken people or unchaste people. But pride always means enmity, and not only enmity between man and man, but enmity to God. In God, you come against something which is in every respect immeasurably superior to yourself. Unless you know God as that, and therefore know yourself as nothing in comparison, you do not know God at all. As long as you're proud, you cannot know God. A proud man is always looking down on things and people. And of course, as long as you're looking down, you cannot see something that is above you." So, pride in one's country, pride in one's nation over above, or even held an equal level as our faith in God is not a theology that I believe in personally. And one of the most inspirational spiritual leaders that mentored me was Jonathan Walton. Through InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, we did something called New York City Urban Project, where we wrestled with very hard topics like modern day slavery, human trafficking, economic justice. And I did those retreats during college to have exposure to the hardships of this world and what's going on. So for me, when I privilege theologies, I think more of Micah 6:8, where we're called to seek justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with our God. And when you do that, you hear perspectives of folks who the society and the system isn't working. And I want to keep those, I try to keep those front and center when thinking about, what do I do as a faith leader in the community? When it comes to Christian nationalism in particular, one of the voices, Jonathan Walton, is one of the voices that I've listened to and or I've reflected on. And he wrote a book a few years ago called 12 Lies That Hold America Captive, um, where he speaks about Christian nationalism and this idea of king and country. So if you're looking for a resource, I certainly recommend it because it is a perspective from a Black man who has not had the same opportunities as other folks in this country because of his race. So when we say things like all men are created equal, all folks have the same opportunity, America's a melting pot, these nationalistic ideas that America has solved all of these problems as a country. And then we reflect on that's not the experience of everyone in this country. And then hold those as we think about what we do or who we interact with as faith leaders. So I just wanted to take a moment, share those reflections as Black History Month is coming to an end. My gratitude to Jonathan Walton for all he taught me through New York City Urban Project. And if you're looking for a perspective on Christian nationalism, for you to consider checking out his book, 12 Lies That Hold America Captive. Thank you so much. We hope during this cold season that you're keeping warm and well. Take care.